So, good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 6 of practice. So, in the beginning of January, it's like, oh, I have loads of time. Of course, I'm going to do this new yoga practice and I'm going to put it in, and there's nothing really getting in the way. There's stuff. And then children go back to school, work starts again. It's really hard to prioritize something new in our already busy schedules. So there's loads of different ways that people have managed this over the last 2 years. So some people do it a day later. So there's the day later club. So there's Uli and Karina in Austria who do it a day later. There's Ruth, there's Neve sometimes, and sometimes Tara do it a day later. So they do it at 6 o'clock the next day so that they can be finished on time, so that then they head off into their day by 20 past 6 or so. There's some people who do it in the afternoon, like Maureen. There's some people who do it like when they wake up, like Judy. Then there's the evening time just before bed, like Tina. And so the thing is, like, find your time or the day later, or just feel into your day rather than with me live. Maybe that's the way you do it. Some people find when they do it live with me, it's really has an energy to it. Some people do it later in the day or the day later. Brennan's bread, turn up and do today, but also find the time in your day, the time that you're like, oh, there's a 20-minute slot before I go to pick up the kids, or when I put the dinner down and then I head off, whatever it might be. Find your time. And so come rest into a child's pose. Come. So resting into a child's pose. So child's pose is where your knees are bent. And I like having my knees slightly wide, and then resting down, bringing your forehead down and just landing in. So there's many different reasons why you might have your bum in the air for this. It might be your knees, it might be your feet, it might be your hips. You might rest on your elbows. You might rest all the way back, but keep your head up. So just see, what is the child's pose shape that you make in wellness? Not forcing, not demanding of your body, but listening and allowing in your body. As deepening into your belly. Nice. Reach your hands forward, coming up into your cat pose. And then rounding your back, tuck your chin under, looking towards your navel. And then arching your back and looking forward. And as you do this movement, include the pelvis. So squeeze your bum, tuck your chin under, widen the sit bones, lift your head. Squeeze the bum, tuck your chin under, widen the sit bones, lift your head. So how do you move and glide and connect? Nice. Now we're going to do a coordination, which is more or less just squeezing to the side. So bring your left hip towards your left shoulder, and then bring your right hip towards your right shoulder. So in the beginning, our head is not really moving. It's staying kind of just as an extension of the squeezing, okay? And then begin to increase that movement by looking back towards the left foot, squeeze, and then look back towards the right foot. So you're doing your coordination and then looking back. Squeeze the right side, look back. Squeeze the left side, look back. And then just flow slowly and smoothly from one side to the other. Breathing into your belly, noticing what there is as you glide. Nice. And then come back into the rounding. Arching. Rounding. Arching. And then how would you draw a circle with your rib cage here, using the squeezing, the rounding, the lengthening of the last two movements? And just feel. You can bend your elbows if you wish, so that your head lowers down closer to the floor, or you can keep your arms straight so you kind of lean into your shoulder blades as you do that. Change direction. Rolling deeply into your spine. What are you feeling? Oh, is it? I always feel like I like scratch and itch in the deep of my rib cage at the back as I do this. It's like Yeah, it's just awesome. Nice. And then from here, rising up. So this is the point where you could put something soft under your knees. You could put a blanket, or you could fold your mat up a few times so there's a little bit more juice underneath your knees. Okay, so pausing here, just roll your shoulders, big circles. And notice the sensations of your knees. How are they as you rest here on your knees? And then roll your shoulders in the other direction. Nice. So reach your arms up and then pull your elbows down into goalposts. So we're leaning upwards with our chest as we pull our elbows down. Reach your arms up and then rounding forward, bring your hands down just in front of your knees. Bring your forehead down towards your knees. You're never going to get there, but just feel that. Keep your hands where they are. Arch your back and look forward. This is called the bunny rabbit. If the cat cow is the other one, this is bunny rabbit. Right. And then from here, rounding your back, rising up, and step the right foot forward. So we're doing a back to front sun salutation from here. Reach your arms up again. Pull your elbows down into goalposts. Reach your arms up. Bring both hands to your right knee. And then pull your left elbow back into wing. And then chop your hand forward as far out forward as you can and feel the reach and the slide of your baby finger along the floor. Pull your left elbow back into wing. Wing is where your nails are resting on the side of your face. Chop and slide forward. Nice. Wing and chop. Pause there in the chop. Baby fingers floating just above the floor. And then slide your hand back until it rests underneath your shoulder. Turn your chest towards the right side. Pull your right elbow up. So bringing my, I can't remember the name that I call this. I have a word for this movement. That's so funny, I can't think of it. Anyway, so pull your elbow up and keep your thumb on the front of your shoulder. So we're creating the twist first, and then we extend our arm. You can stay here, or you can lift your left knee off the floor. So as soon as you lift your left knee, there'll be more weight into the left arm. So see what's right for you. Keeping your knee on the floor is also really awesome. Arms are wide. Keep reaching like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your right fingers. So when I start to think that, I push my right foot more into the floor. Nice. Drop your left knee down. Bring your right hand down to the floor. And then straighten out through the front leg. Lean into the back of your leg. Bend your knee, rocking forward. So just get really interested in the sensations of rocking forward and leaning back. My foot is to the outside of my right hand. So my baby finger on the right and my big toe on the right are close together. One more time. Cool. Lift your left knee off the floor and then turn your toes and everything towards the left side of your mat. So I'm in a wide angle feet position. And then just bend one knee, bend the other. So maybe your knees are very bent. Maybe your elbows are on your knees as you do this. Maybe your hands are on your knees. And just travel a little bit from side to side, noticing the wellness in your knees, the health in your legs. Super. Hands to your knees, slowly coming up. And walk your feet a tiny bit closer. Nice. Hands to your hips, push down into your baby toe sides of your feet. Feel really strong legs. Squeezing your bum, feel a connection downwards. And then sweep your right hand across into elephant. And as I do so, I'm going to bring my left hand to the back of my thigh, and I have a sense of length through the right side of my body. As I lean forward, I round my back, bring the right hand behind my right thigh, and then lean my left hand across into elephant. And then just begin to glide. So I go really slowly as I do this. Bending and then reaching, lengthening. Bending and reaching, lengthening. And I'm really feeling the outside baby toe side of my feet. And I'm having that sense of like a spring. As I round forward, there's this like folding in. And then as I lengthen, I unfold and arise. Folding, rising. Nice. One more time, each side. And just feel that through the whole of your body. Nice. Come back to center. Heel toe, your feet towards each other. Nice. Bring your left hand to the wall. You might have to walk, hand to the wall. And then, like we were doing yesterday, so you can have your hand either in front of you to the wall or beside you to the wall. I'm going to do in front so you can see my shape. Pull your right elbow back, pull your right knee forward, and imagine you can bring your forehead to your right knee. And then reach your right hand upwards and reach your right leg back. My fingers are light on the wall. Try not to drop your head forward as you're doing this. So I'm like feeling length in the right side. Pull in. Lengthen up. You can float your hand off the wall if you want to create more challenge. Be close to the wall still though. Fold in. Lengthen up. Pause there in the lengthening. Maybe float your hand off the wall. Maybe reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Get taller. So to get taller, I push into the left foot and I reach even higher through my fingertips. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Come all the way down into a child's pose. All the way down. Resting down, forehead comes down. Pause. Let all that settle. I remember years ago somebody telling me this phrase, and it's really stayed with me. You know, when you're setting up a new habit, like for example, walking or doing yoga or, something that, anyways. So when you're setting up a new habit, in the beginning, it's really hard to manage it. It's hard to make space. It's hard around everything because we haven't prioritized it as a thing in our lives. So what I was told is walk until you want to walk. So do yoga, turn up until you start feeling, oh my God, I can't live without this thing. So slowly coming up onto your knees. Nice. Reach your arms up. Bend your elbows, pull them down into goalposts. Pull them super down so you feel a lifting in the chest. Reach your arms up and bring your hands all the way down in front of your knees. Drop your forehead down towards your knees. Keep your hands where they are. Come into bunny rabbit. It's so funny. Nice. Rounding your back. Rolling up. Step the left foot forward. Nice. From here, goalpost again. Reach your arms up. Pull your elbows down. So yum. Bring your hands forward. Keep your left hand on your left knee. Pull your right elbow back into wing. And then chop forward. Glide your baby finger along the floor. So there's the initial touch that I do on the floor. So it lands on the floor. And then I glide outwards a little bit more. So it's like I create more weight into the right thigh, right hip as I do this. Glide. Wing, last time, and chop. Nice. Slide the right hand back. Bring it underneath the right shoulder. Turn your chest towards the left. And I'm using the lever of my left hand on my knee to support me. Stay here or dial in your twist. That's what I say. Bring your left thumb to the front of your left shoulder and then lift your elbow while keeping that connection to the shoulder. And then reach your arm up towards the ceiling. So my chest is spiraled more when I do that. Great. Stay here or lift your back leg. So again, as you lift your back leg, it'll load the whole pose more. So if you feel, now it's gotten too hard and I'm struggling, then reverse. If lifting your arm up feels uncomfortable, reverse. Coming back to where you feel wellness and able is the most important thing about this practice. continuity, consistency, steady, progressive practice. Bend your elbow. Bring your hand down so your baby finger and your big toe are beside each other. Drop your right knee to the floor. And just begin to travel. As you travel, feel them, like as I lengthen back, I feel this really delicious lengthening through the back of my sacrum. And as I lean forward, I feel the loading of my pelvis, the loading of my hips. So it's like this sense of deep strength in the pelvis and then length and opening into the sacrum. And there's also, these are movements that have a lot of like there's quite a lot of like twangy these are huge muscles and huge nerves, and they're going to be talking to you, but there should be good talking happening. It should feel like resource, should feel like wellness what you're doing. Nice. So turn your toes towards the right side of your mat. I'm going to turn around and just begin to travel. So maybe your traveling is where you're all the way up because a forward bend this deep isn't comfortable. What version of this do you want to do? Maybe bring your feet closer as you rock. Just feeling, noticing. Nice. Elbows to your knees, hands to your knees, and come all the way up. Nice. Walk your feet a little bit closer. Super. Interlock your fingers, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Push into the baby toe side of your feet, squeeze your bum, feel that engagement in the pelvis, and then lean over towards the right, and then back, and then lean over towards the left. I feel this longing to bend my elbows, but you can keep your arms straight if you wish. You can do it individually, where one arm reaches. It's not as heavy. One arm drops down. You can do it both arms interlocked. You can do it elbows bent. I think I like elbows bent this morning for me, but see what's right for you. I mean, that lengthens into my armpits, opens into the front of my throat. Nice, lowering down. So from here, come all the way up to stand. Bring your right hand to the wall. Is that true? Yes, it is. It's the right hand to the wall. I'm having my right hand straight in front of me. Pull your left elbow back, left knee forward. Try and bring your forehead down to your knee. And then as you rise up, get lighter on the wall as you rise up, because that's the tendency where we drop our head down to lift our leg up. So get lighter. Still be on the wall, but lighter on the wall. Nice. Elbow down. Lean as much as you want when you bring your elbow down, because as soon as you drop your head, you're wobblier. And then arm up, leg back, lighter on the wall. Rounding, lean into the wall. Rising, lighter on the wall. Rounding, lean. It even helps the spine round more. Rising, lighter on the wall, pause there. See, can you extend into that back leg? Reach into your fingers, float into your hand on the wall. And then I'm going to push down into my standing leg, and I'm going to create a connection from the floor up into the top of my head. I have a sense of length. Awesome. Foot comes down. Come lie on the floor on your back. So now that we're lying on the floor, we're going to spend the next 2 days on the floor. So exciting. So bring your arms wide. Just let that settle. And rock your knees from side to side. So those of you who haven't been with me, and I know I've been talking about Sunday Yum, but it is so yum, Sunday Yum. And now there's going to be a Saturday Yum as well. So 2 days, it's a bit like eating your breakfast in bed. We don't stand up. We lie down. The next 2 days are going to be really slow and deep into our hips. They're going to be truly yum. So drop your knees down towards the right and then glide your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. So these are gliders. And then bring your foot back to center. Drop your knees down towards the left and glide your right knee up. So what's amazing about this standing for 5 days and then lying for 2 days. It has this curve or this wave in the practice. So we get to an intensity as we rise, and then we get to deeply settle and drop. Nice. And as we emerge from Sunday Yum into Monday, who knows what we will then create as movements, because we'll have learnt stuff on the floor that we then take up into standing. Drawing your knees across, finding that glider's yum in your body. Slow things down, make things smoother. Really feeling, sensing, listening. Sigh happening, shoulders widening. Nice. Come back to center. Squeeze both knees towards you. Wrap your arms around your knees. Hug them deeply down. Squeezing more. Can you soften through the back of your pelvis? Can you create weight through the back of your body? Is one side heavier or lighter than the other? Is one bum bigger or smaller than the other in sensation? Is one leg bigger or smaller than the other in sensation? Really mapping this internal sense of you. It's not what it looks like from the outside, it's how it feels from the inside. Nice. So stay there, maybe rock from side to side, maybe roll your knees in a circle to create a clock on the back of your pelvis. How nice. So we rose, we went up, and now we've come back down. I love Sunday yums. So I'll see you tomorrow for the yum. And thanks for joining me. It is just, it makes my day. That the texts yesterday were so funny. They were just, I just love them. I love them so much. It's like this really dynamic, creative conversation with ye, my yoga tribe. This sense of, you're just, it just is wonderful. So please do text me. I love texts. And I'll see you all tomorrow. And I'm going to start this thing that I used to do before, which is quote of the day. So it's where on my Instagram, my yoga Instagram, and also on the yoga page, not yoga page, yoga group, there's a yoga Facebook group called Yoga with Ciara. I'm going to put up the quotes of the day. They're just so awesome. So great. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.